Your feet together and relax your shoulders. This is our Tadasana position with our correct alignment in the posture. So just a quick recap about posture, because today we're going to be working on the spine, and we need to understand that our spine goes from the top of our neck all the way to the bottom of our hip, almost towards touching the pelvis. In the coccyx region, which is the name of the vertebrae at the base of the spine, the top of the spine is our cervical, and the top upper part is the thoracic, your T1, T2, and the lower back is the lumbar region. These are the regions of the spine. Now, we're going to start with correct posture. We need to be, first let me show you incorrect posture. So a lot of us are hunching, and we don't have strong core, so we're throwing the weight back. So we're kind of sticking out from here and we're slouching from here. So these are the two areas we want to correct. We are going to tuck the tailbone, engage our core, and to prevent this slouch, we're going to roll back our shoulders, engage our back muscles, and keep the neck and shoulders in one line. So I see straight line from this entire back, going from the ear to the neck to shoulder to hip, all the way to my feet. Now this might be uncomfortable for you, but it's very important that we set the new standard. Now we're going to begin in Tadasana. You can keep your feet together. Now we're going to do a quick shoulder rotation. This is helpful for cervical spondylitis. Spondylitis in the cervical means you have a lot of stiffness in your neck. So let's start with focusing on the neck region. Raising up your shoulders, bringing them towards the sky. Inhale. Bring your shoulders backwards and down. Exhale. Bring your shoulders forwards with a complete rotation upward. Inhale. Exhale, lower them down. Now you can increase the pace with awareness and synchronizing your breath with the movement. Let's reverse the shoulder rotations counterclockwise. Backwards, up, inhale, exhale, down. Awareness of the breath is allowing that oxygen to circulate through this area, opening up the muscles, removing blockages in the organs and in the nerve cells. So that's equally as important as the movements. Now you can relax. Now we'll do a neck rotation, which really targets our neck. You can exhale, lower your head down and touch your chin to the chest. Inhale to the left side. Raise your neck back. Exhale, bring it down. Inhaling, bring it up. A complete circle. Feeling every vertebrae. And we're going to reverse counterclockwise, bringing your neck down. Inhale, raise it back. Only isolating the neck. We're not moving any other part of the body. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Last one. Exhaling down, bringing your neck back into a neutral position. Lovely. Now we're going to spread our feet wide. Lovely. And we're going to bring our hands to our hips. We're going to open the chest, and we're going to do a gentle back bend. We can squeeze our shoulder blades and our elbows, keeping your hands on your lower back, and gently we need to squeeze the glutes to protect the spine. The muscles in this region at the base of the spine are the ones allowing us to bend and move and protecting it from the bone, the skeletal bone, to go out of alignment. So let's engage the muscles and then stretch. We're going to open the shoulder and the neck, squeeze the shoulder blades, squeeze the mid back, and lastly, the lower back. As we go deeper into this stretch, I'm going to show you from the profile as well, so you can see what I'm doing. I'm starting with the squeeze. I'm opening the shoulders, lower and lower back, finally releasing my head. Now, while I'm in this pose, it's important to be able to breathe, and the circulation should not be cut off. So I'm going to breathe in through my nose and breathe out through my nose. And that's the ultimate test of mastering any pose. When you're able to breathe comfortably, slowly return back into standing position. And I hope that felt nice. Now, taking your hands still on the hips, we're moving our chest forward, coming into a flat back position. So with our flat back, we want to avoid the slouch, and we want to arch the back or keep it flat. You can keep opening your hips and allowing them also to stretch, because like I said, the spine goes from the base of your pelvis all the way to the neck. So let's see if we can keep a straight spine in this horizontal 90-degree position. Releasing your hands and looking down, keeping your shoulders now active and arched back, keeping your neck and chin relaxed. You're looking towards the ground, and we're breathing. Bring your hands back to your hips, inhaling and returning to a standing position. Lovely. So we've done a straight back in standing. We've done a straight back in 90 degrees. Now we're going to come down to the ground, and we're going to do a tabletop position. Lovely. And we're going to do a cat and cow stretch just to open the spine in both directions. So the both directions, like we did in the last session, it's a rounded spine for cat and it's an arched spine for cow. So let's do 5 rounds. Inhaling, looking up, exhaling, looking down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Make sure your palms are under your shoulders and your knees are under your hips. And make sure you're breathing along with the movement and not the opposite way. And relax into your tabletop position. Now, I want to make one important note. We're going to be working on strengthening the back and loosening the back muscles. But if some of you have a severe cervical spondylitis or a different spondylitis for the lower back, we need to also avoid putting too much pressure. If you're not used to doing these practices, it might be uncomfortable. So I would suggest you do the modification, which I will demonstrate, or pause for that pose and then join us back again for the next pose. But please do listen to your bodies. And just because this is a spondylitis catered sequence, it might still bring you pain if it's new for you. So let's make this more of an aspirational sequence that we will work up to. All right. From here, we're going to raise our legs and keep our feet flat on the ground. In this downward dog position with our feet apart and our palms flat, fingers apart. We are again arching the back, keeping our knees straight. We're stretching the spine and like we're pulling from one end to the other, lengthening, creating space between the vertebrae. One really important aspect of spondylitis is that you have a contraction and a bulging disc or ruptured disc and that means you don't have any space to move around. So let's create flexibility in the spine and give it some air to breathe so that we can compensate for the weakness within the spine. From here, we're going to lower down the knees and lower down the chest. And we're going to straighten the stomach and legs flat, keep our toes flat, keep our palms under the shoulders. We're going to squeeze our shoulder blades together. We're going to inhale into Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. Now, we have briefly done this pose when we did Surya Namaskara. I'm going to break it down for you. If you're not able to lift up that much, you can do a micro version. Make sure your legs are together. And we're now going to keep our elbows inside. We're not keeping them out. We're not flaring them out. This helps you activate your neck and upper back by squeezing your shoulder blades. Then we're going to squeeze the glutes and we're going to push into the palm. Now I'm starting with my upper back and then it goes into the lower back. And to get the full stretch, we need to make sure we bring our shoulders back, and that way we are lengthening the spine, giving it space to flex. We're inhaling and we're exhaling. Lovely. The next pose is we're going to stay on the floor and we're going to lift our hands up into Shalabhasana or locust pose. It's also an amazing back strengthening pose because you're relying on your own strength to be above the ground. So we'll start with the easy version. With this version, you're going to inhale, lift your chest up, keep your arms back, and see if you can support yourself. You'll immediately feel that pressure in your back muscles, your core muscles. So let's try to breathe and allow these muscles to strengthen. Exhaling and coming back down. The second version of Salabhasana is slightly more difficult. You're going to keep your arms forward. This is also known as locust position or Superman. You can reach and lengthen your arms and you can again lift up. Now the second part of this is lifting up both of the legs and we're balancing on the back, on the chest and the tummy. So try to squeeze your glutes, engage your muscles, and lift as high as you can. Make sure you're breathing. Use that inhalation to lift. Looking up to the sky to give you an extra lift. Keep rising and feel empowered like a superhero. And you can slowly come back down. Excellent job. Relaxing your whole body. Taking a moment to breathe. Lovely. Now the next back bend is even a little more difficult. So we're going to do two versions of it. The modified version I'm going to show you first. I'm going to bring my feet towards my glutes and give it a little stretch. I'm going to hold on to my feet or ankles. And the modified version is again, we lift from the chest and we stay right here, down on the ground, using the strength of our arms to support us in this bounded position. Make sure you're breathing. The second step, for those of you that are more intermediate level, you can firmly grip onto your feet and lift your chest as well as your knees. So we're raising both sides of the body and balancing on our core, on our abdomen. And we're going to keep driving up the knee, looking up, opening the back. Dhanurasana, bow pose. Also getting a stretch in my shoulders. Keep lifting, keep holding, keep letting the oxygen flow. And when you're ready, slowly release your knees, chest, and the grip from your hands. Let's relax in Makarasana, keeping our feet pointing outside on either side, keeping our arms folded in front of our head. You can cross your arms, hold on to the elbows, and you can rest your chin or your cheek on your arms. This is our resting pose, crocodile. If that made you happy and it felt good, we'll do a variation of Makarasana with our hands on the cheeks, and we'll kick our legs left and right like a joyful child. Also getting a beautiful quad, knee, and calf stretch while we kick our feet. Lovely. You're doing wonderful. We've got just another pose for you. So hang in there. You can turn around on your back. You can keep your feet closer to your hips and your knees up. We're going to interlock our fingers behind our hips, and we're going to start pushing the ground with our feet and squeezing the ground with our shoulders. As we inhale, we will use our force to raise the hips and squeeze the glutes, engage our leg muscles, and come into bridge pose. Setu Bandhasana. If you have a block with you, you can keep that also underneath your glutes. If you need the support of your hands, you can place your arms under your back just like the way I am. Make sure your feet are firmly flat. Make sure your neck is straight. Make sure you're breathing. Make sure your knees are not going out, but they're still in line with the rest of your body. Keep trying to raise your lower back and open. One more breath. And let's lower down the sternum and hips. Lovely. You can take your knees into the chest, and we're going to rock to the left and right. Give your back a massage. Lovely. And you can now relax your legs straight. And our final pose is fish pose. So we're going to keep a block under our lower back or a pillow or a bolster if you need the support, just at the center of your back. And you're going to inhale and lift your upper back up using your elbows to push into the ground. Lift your head to the topmost part and keep the crown of your head down into the ground. And now I've got only my top of the head and my hips. My whole back is off in a rounded position. I'm arching. I'm engaging the thyroid gland in my throat, which is helping to regulate metabolism, weight, hormones. So many benefits. Increases my voice, culture. So let's enjoy this for a few more breaths. Matsyasana, fish pose. And slowly you can finally relax. Collapse your whole body into Shavasana. Keep your feet separated, your arms apart. Close your eyes and come into a state of effortlessness. Observe the breath and prana flowing throughout the body. Feel the difference in your back. Does it feel more alive, more awake? If so, then congratulations. You've done a great practice. We're going to slowly rise up to seated position, and we'll end the session with an Om Shanti. You can cross your legs, bring your palms together, and take an inhalation through the nose. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Rub your palms slowly together and place the heat gently on your eyes. Take a few blinks into the palms and slowly open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you keep that posture throughout your day and have a lovely, beautiful day.